Alrighty, how's everybody doing? Hope you had a great Saturday, a great weekend so far. Very topsy turvy weekend in the Big 12. Literally every single game that I picked, I was wrong on. Let's see here. Talk about it real quick, but I'm going to go in greater detail another video. This is one of the special things that I have promised for y'all. I'm gonna go real quick on the scores or the games rather. Kansas surprised me and beat Iowa State. I thought Iowa State would finally knock them off that pedestal and shoot them down. Did not happen. Kansas is 5-0. They're going to be ranked. I'm predicting at least top 20. I think they've earned it. I'm not saying they're winning a Big 12 title, and I damn sure ain't saying that they can't. Can't say it. Cannot say it. We'll talk. We'll go in better detail later. Um, I thought I thought West Virginia was going to beat Texas. I thought Texas was a little too unhealthy, a little too injured here and there. I didn't even know Xavier Worthy was playing. I thought he was still hurt. Uh, Texas is 3-2. They're back. They're 3-2. They have a winning record. Hey, kudos to them. Dominated West Virginia. Let's see here. I thought Texas Tech was going to pull the upset on Kansas State, and I was wrong on that too. I thought Texas Tech was sort of impressing me. They seemed like they really believed in each other. Maybe they believed in each other a little too much. Kansas State seems to be uh, more legit than I gave them credit for. I didn't think much of them at the beginning of the year because of Adrian Martinez, and I sure lost a lot of faith in them when they lost to Tulane. Then they go and not dominate Oklahoma, but the game was never in doubt, and Adrian Martinez dominated Oklahoma. He damn sure did. And they go ahead and beat Tech uh, at home, not at Tech's home, but at Kansas State's home. So kudos to Kansas State. They're going to move up in the rankings. Uh, the incredible upset. I'm going to call you a liar if you thought TCU was going to squeak out a win against Oklahoma, even, but they didn't. They dominated them, 55-24. I never saw that coming. That's the exact score I expected in reverse. Exactly what I expected in reverse. I thought Oklahoma was going to come off pissed off about their loss to Kansas State. Nope. TCU took them to the woodshed, 55-24. I'm shocked by that. And last game is Baylor and Oklahoma State. So, hey, Neil Mooney was kind enough to say, hey, it's a couple of plays and it could have been a different game. Sure, that's fair. As I said in a little video earlier that was interrupted and I had to do a take two. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke kickoff return and then a 4-point victory. No, y'all beat us by 11 points. I will give you all the credit. You outplayed us. On every side of the ball, in every aspect of it, y'all outplayed us. That's what it is. Uh, you know, you're kind enough to say, well, if a couple of plays went different, it'd be a different game. Okay, well, if a couple of plays went different, y'all could have beat us by 25. It's completely possible. That's not how the game played out. I haven't looked at the stats. I want to say probably the offensive stats were pretty even, which makes our defense is pretty even. Kind of an even game, but y'all got the breaks, and there's nothing to that. We got some breaks too. Y'all beat us. Y'all beat us. Y'all beat us. Y'all beat us. Nothing more than that. Y'all had a better game, and hopefully Baylor bounces back and tries to do better. I have this planned now that I've wasted 4 minutes of your life. So this little presentation is going to be almost like a slideshow of vacation pics from a coworker that you don't want to see, but you feel obligated and you're rolling your eyes. Okay, but this is football. You're here for football. Let's talk some football. I'm going to do it from a Baylor perspective because that's the game I was at today. I did my best to try to capture some images. It'll be for the people who couldn't attend the game that wanted to. People that have already visited Baylor, McLean Stadium rather, and they're already going to know 90% of the pictures I share, but it's okay. Some of them will still want to see them, hear my perspective on them, I suppose. If you've never been to McLane Stadium and you're a Bears fan, this is going to be amazing to you. Like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. If you've ever been interested in McLane Stadium, uh, I think this will entice you as well. So we're going to go through some of the cool things that I saw and some of the beautiful aspects of McLane Stadium. It's a very neat stadium. I'm so impressed. It's for lack of a better term, it's a pretty stadium. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Uh, I'm not going to call it eighth wonder of the world, and I'm sure there are greater stadiums out there, not just because of history, but more technological or whatever. But this is amazing. I'm very familiar with Floyd Casey Stadium, which was a football concrete ball with a tarp. Don't remind me. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. And I hope this works out well. This is my first time trying this. See how this goes. Okay, so I will get into this picture a little bit later. As far as that belt, that championship wrestling belt, boxing belt, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. There's a little different video that I have planned later that goes into greater detail, but I mean that's beautiful to me. That's awesome. You can't do better than that. What type of memorabilia props would you like to have with you when you go to battle and root on your team, man? That is the neatest belt I've ever seen. I love it. I love it so much. I found the owner of it, and I'll talk about that. That will be a video later. But yeah, I found the owner, and I just had to pose with this picture. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on. I ran across this. It's some dude. He's advertising himself as wanting to do bear expeditions, like go out into the wild. I don't know what states he's talking about, but to actually encounter bears, not physically touch them, but I guess observe them if you're into that. And I guess this was part of his promo. They had this Jeep Land Cruiser, Toyota Jeep Land Cruiser, something like that. But it was just a neat looking vehicle to me. I've seen lots of Baylor vehicles before. This one's pretty neat, especially if you're a Jeep lover. I like seeing stuff like that. So, all right, okay. So this is special here, man. The reason why it's special, I had to seek this dude out. When I went to go visit the dude with the championship belt, I just happened to look over and see this dude. I immediately recognized him. So if you only watch Baylor from TV, you don't know who I'm talking about here. If you've been to the stadium and seen some games, you know who that is. And I found out more of who he is. That is the dancing dude. Whenever the Jumbotron moves from section to section, it'll get a couple of kids dancing, and then they look up at the screen, they point up, and then everybody gets all hyped and jump around, and those sections get hyped, but when they show this guy, he's doing these crazy dances and so into it, doing everything, man. And the crowd loses it. It can be so quiet during a timeout, during halftime, or whatever. When they show him, we lose it. And we're all just yelling, yeah. He's just a fan favorite of ours. Love the dude. Then I find out, because I was talking to the owner of that championship belt. He said, oh, yeah, that's TJ Franklin's dad. I'm like, what? Okay, so TJ Franklin, one of our up and rising defensive linemen on an incredibly stacked defensive line. Yes, I found out that was his dad as well. So awesome, man. It was great to meet him. I don't know his name. He's TJ Franklin's dad. That's his new name to me. Maybe you could call him the football dancing king. I'm up in the air about what to call him, but it was nice to meet him. He will forever be TJ Franklin's dad to me, but it was cool to meet him. All right, so what else we got here? Okay, I uploaded 2 pictures in a row. Whatever. I don't quite understand my phone and computer. All right, look what we got here, man. So I'm walking around. I went to Mclane Stadium about 9:30 this morning. The game did start at 2:30. I wanted to absolutely soak in every single experience I could from the tailgating. And look who I run into. I guarantee you, Monte Denman knows who that gentleman is with the hat. Not me, the other dude. Big Cat. That's one of his names. Robin Big Cat Jones, former Baylor player. And who's the other guy with the scruffy beard? Of course, that's Seth Russell, man. So I was lucky enough to check in for a little bit for a Channel 10, I believe, tailgate show that they did, and these two were going to be interviewed, and they were waiting in the background. I said, "Hey, can I get a picture?" I asked, I asked Seth Russell, "Hey, man, do you want my autograph?" He was like, "No, we're good." He said, "Well, I mean, I guess we'll take it anyway." Anyway, it was nice to meet those two. That was pretty cool. Got to meet a couple of Baylor people, couple of different Baylor players here today. Got one more coming. I think just one more coming. Let's move on to the next one. This dude, I can't think of his name. I'm just going to call him Nacho Libre for now, man. Loved his little luchador wrestling mask and outfit and everything. It was pretty cool. I jumped out of line. I was getting something to drink, I think, and I jumped out of that line, knowing I would have to go right back in because I spotted this guy walking past, and I said, "Dude, I got to get a picture with you, man." I love people that are creative with their outfits and everything, and really showing that Baylor spirit, man. So cool. From other teams as well, like Mr. OU with Oklahoma, and I'll forget so many other not mascots, but fans. So cool. Love it when people get into stuff like that. What an outfit, man. Okay, so I showed this one, but okay, I wanted to start off with this one. Okay, this was when I started off in the stadium, and you can see how empty it is. And this was right at game time, I believe, getting there. So I wanted to show the difference a little bit of the crowd filling up the stadium a little bit. That's all, a little bit. Okay, so, for some of y'all, this will be the boring part because some of y'all have seen it, and there's nothing super special, but I'm just showing some of the beauty of Mclane Stadium. Okay, the fact that we're located on a river, the Brazos River. I think there's at least one other college that's on a river. I think we're the only other one. I think I'm right about that, but it's a neat aspect. This is part of that little overflow to the river. I'm going to show you some more pictures to maybe explain that a little bit better. But there's a Mclane Stadium across the river, so to speak. Okay, so now I'm just trying to show off some of the tailgating that was going on. This, for mostly Baylor people will know, is the Sikkim 365 tailgate area. Very cool. Got a story about this, a video about this later. You don't see anything special there, but what a neat place, man. I'm telling you, they do it right. They got some big screen TVs up. They got some really killer food, and I'll get into that later. Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm trying to show some more aspects of this. Okay, this is, if you're looking over this way from that perspective, there's the stadium. If you're right here, there's the Bear Walk right there. And across that little bridge right there is a bridge across the Brazos River connecting the Baylor University campus to the stadium. Neat aspect, man. I love it. I think it's very cool. And this is the perspective from being on that bridge that I just showed you. This is looking towards I-35. Those two white pillars right there on that bridge are I-35. Here's a little side story. Before I got married about 10 years ago, I left Waco and moved to Mahia. And if you see those two white pillars there, that was literally the last job I had when I lived in Waco during that time. If you've ever seen it lit up at night and all the colors that illuminate from that bridge, it is the neatest thing in the world. Pretty proud of that. Proud to say that I touched it and helped it stay up there. I'm surprised it hadn't fallen by now because I touched it, but hey, here we are. Okay, so this is okay. This was me walking onto that bridge to get that picture. This was me walking towards the campus and away from the stadium. That I was just showing you that. Nothing super special there. What we got here? This is me taking a picture with the RG3 Heisman Trophy statue, the RG3 statue, if I can talk correctly. Just wanted to show that off. I wanted to show you a little bit. This is a tiny picture here. And if you look across that little pool of water there, which is an overflow of the Brazos, you can see more tailgating going on in the back, and one little section here, right here to the forefront. I got some more pictures there to help explain that, such as right here. So I just kind of turned to my side, and I showed you this side, which is on the stadium side. So just all kinds of tailgatings happening there, businesses, private people, private parties, all kinds of cool things. I just find it such a neat aspect to be right there on the river, with all those boats and people traveling to the game that way and heading to a tailgate and then heading to the game. Man, you can't beat that, in my opinion. Nobody else can say that in Big 12. We have a very neat aspect to Mclane Stadium. Just more pictures of the tailgating. I want to say that was the section across from the stadium, not on. I'm like standing from the stadium's perspective looking over. I think I'm right about that. Okay, so here, this was where I met Seth Russell and Robin Big Cat Jones. For those of you who know, that's John Morris right there to the far left. Derek Smith is hidden behind this television employee, station employee. I do not know the female's name, but I was just checking out the tailgate show for a little bit, and then that's where I ran into Robin Big Cat Jones and Seth Russell. Okay, so now I believe I'm done with the tailgating aspect of this, and having met all kinds of cool people and everything, and I'm just trying to bring this perspective. I wanted to do as much special as I could for this video for people that care, and show as many aspects of the stadium as I could for people who have never seen it. And what I can tell you is right here, once I entered the stadium, I immediately went to the bottom level, the first level, just to show a picture. What I can tell you is, if you look across, you can see the first, the second, the third level there. There literally are no bad seats. It's crazy to me. You're not having to crane to look over other people. If they're standing in front of you, yeah, you got to stand up. But even from that third level, even with my advanced eyesight now, I can read all the numbers of the players. So you can literally follow the game, and it's so easy. Something else special about this, I don't think I've got any pictures of this, but when you're in line, if you go get a snack or whatever, you can look behind you at the field. You can see the game being played. You can wait in line and look up at a TV and see a broadcast. When I say there's no bad seat in Mclane, there is no bad seat at Mclane. You can watch the game at all times. Way different than Floyd Casey Stadium. If you went to go get a snack or a drink, you could miss so much that's important, and you would just hear all this cheering or booing, and you're just sitting there wondering what's going on. You will never have that problem here. I love Mclane Stadium, man. They really did this right. Okay, so I do believe this was from my seat. from my seat. I was at the third level today. Um, if that shows you a good perspective of how close the field really is to you, uh, then I did my job trying to show you that. Just some more pictures of that, showing you how accessible the field really is to you. Okay, and then I kind of walked around to just show different perspectives of it from that same third level, top level. And this is just me showing you maybe perspective of my body size in comparison to the people on the field to see how really easy it is to focus on the actual game, the actual plays. It's incredible, man. They knocked it out of the park. And this is my sexy self with some shades on just to make all y'all jealous. You bunch of haters. This is me showing again later on in the game once the stadium is full. Wasn't happy with the game, but hey, here we are. And we talked about him in the first, didn't we? Nacho Libre. Don't think we talked about this yet. Okay, yeah, this is my last picture of the pictures that I took. Got a couple of videos for y'all. This is my last picture. This is what the group is all about. Yes, he's a Baylor fan, but the group was always meant, and we've done this. I started this group 4 years ago now. It was about meeting each other, having a somewhat personal relationship with people. Hey, going out to eat with them, go drink with them, text, be here in the group talking crap back and forth, but actually go meet some people, man. Life is too short to really truly have enemies because of a football game. Let's go have some fun. This, without further ado, is Brian Beeson, a doctor, former Baylor student. I guess he went to a Baylor medical school. I believe I'm right about that. So anyway, he's a good dude, man. I was afraid that I was bugging him because once I found out he was at the game, I texted him, I called him again, I texted him. I was like, I hope I'm not bothering this dude. But he was way more than gracious. When I finally met up with him midway through the third quarter, I believe, I came and found him in his section, man. Super nice dude, was very gracious to me, introduced me to his people and everything. It was cool, man. I was very happy to meet Brian. Every time I go to a game, I hope I meet at least one of y'all, both sides. And I was hoping I would meet some Oklahoma State fans that are in this group and everything. But okay, so here we are. I think I did my best to kind of explain these pictures. I hope y'all enjoyed this little journey. I've got to do at least one more video tonight, and if I'm lucky, well, yeah, we're getting kind of late now. God, it's 10:45. It's taken me this long to get this up. The last little spiel I go on is I tried my best to hurry up and upload these. I've got an iPhone and a Microsoft computer. If y'all know, they are just not compatible. So that took me a while. And then for whatever reason, my Wi-Fi, my laptop went just wonky. And then my phone did the same thing. So they were both wonky. It took me hours to get these pictures that you see up there. That's where we are. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope this was worth your time, man. If you don't mind, give me a like, subscribe, comment on some stuff. It will help out with the algorithms. It will help this channel kind of grow some. And that's what it's all about for me. I want to have some interaction with y'all and, talk some trash back and forth and have some fun, get up and meet with each other and enjoy a Big 12 experience from my eyes, what I think is cool. Some of the things that I think are cool about football and, eventually basketball, all the Big 12 sports. I hope y'all have enjoyed this once again. And I'm sure you love hearing me repeat myself over and over and over. But anyway, y'all take care and sick 'em, baby.